you've travelled the Bruce Highway in and out of Brisbane over the past 50 odd years, there's a pretty good chance you've crossed these bridges over the Pine River at Bald Hills. G'day, I'm Pete, and today we're travelling the route north out of Brisbane before these bridges were built. We'll start at the Ampol at Castledine. This is a new rebranding, so I've always known it as a Caltex. There's been a servo on this site since the late 1960s. If you've known it as a different brand, let me know in the comments. The Bonny Hotel, built by William Orr in 1865, was originally called the Edinburgh Castle Hotel. For many years it served as a staging post for the Cobb Co coaches between Brisbane and Gympie. In 1885, Michael Goodwin applied to take the licence over from the Orr family, but with the new rail line being completed to Gympie in 1888, the hotel failed and the licence was revoked. In late 1888, Goodwin and his wife Bridget applied for a licence for the new Edinburgh Castle Hotel on Gympie Road at Kedron. Construction started in 1892 and still stands today on the corner of Gympie Road and Edinburgh Castle Road. So this hotel at Bald Hills was eventually reopened in 1935 as the Bonny Hotel. The Queensland Motor Sporting Club was formed in 1938 to run events previously conducted by the RACQ. Its first event was a scavenger hunt, followed quickly by a sprint meeting at Strathpine. When the war ended in 1945, the club resumed activities and discovered that there was a nice bitumen strip on private property. It was an ex-RAAF airstrip. At just 7/10 of a mile long, it was too short for a good flying quarter mile, but was fine for the traditional standing quarter mile, and also a 1.5 mile circuit. This is that bitumen strip, now known as Spitfire Avenue. On the 11th of August 1946, it was home to what was billed as by the Courier Mail the largest motor racing program in Australia. With approximately 8,000 spectators, there was an open class 25-mile event, 3 motorcycle championships, and even a push bike event. In the end, it was Frank Kleining out of Sydney with his Hudson Special for the win, followed by John Crouch in a 1946 TCMG, also out of Sydney, and W.J. Matheson for Maryborough in a Jag Special. Events continued at the Strathpine circuit until 1960, when the new Lakeside circuit was opened just down the road. By 1961, the bulldozers had moved in and the site was turned into a housing development. past the rail bridge, there's a park on the right. It's part of the original alignment of Anzac Avenue. The road was moved and improved in the mid-1960s. Almost straight away, locals petitioned for the old road to be part of a bushland reserve. Ruth Whitfield was one of those locals, a businesswoman who worked with many of the local organisations and sought support from the Kalanga Lions Club. She passed away in 1972, and in 1993, the Ruth Whitfield Memorial Park was named in her honour. It's also home for the memorial for the HMAS AE2. The AE2 was the first submarine to penetrate the Dardanelles in Turkey during World War I. It was built in England in 1913 as one of two state-of-the-art submarines for the newly formed Royal Australian Navy. Early on the morning of the 25th of April 1915, AE2 made a daring underwater passage through heavily mined and fortified Dardanelles. On the 30th of April, AE2 was shelled and severely damaged by a torpedo boat called the Sultan Bazaar. The crew scuttled the sub, surrendered, and then were saved by the crew of the attacking boat. Lost for 83 years, AE2 was discovered by a Turkish dive team in 1998. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this episode, hit the like button and consider subscribing to the channel. That's about all I got for now. Be safe and we'll see you down the road.